Welcome to the Cal Grant Regional Training video. In this short training video, we are going to discuss recertifying middle-class scholarship payments in more detail. In this video, we will cover the following topics. What is a recertified payment? Annual versus term level changes, identifying recertified payments, and resolving recertified payments. The recertified payment status only occurs with the middle class scholarship program. A payment becomes a recertified payment when the term has an existing payment in place and the campus applies a correction which recalculates the middle class scholarship award. A correction was applied at the annual or term level to a record that has a reconciled payment. The correction causes the award amount to recalculate, which may no longer be the same award amount that existed when the payment was applied. A correction can consist of changes to income, tuition and fee, federal aid, institutional aid, state aid, Cal Grant award. Our system has a middle class scholarship Cal Grant synchronized job which recalculates middle class scholarship awards based on the status of the Cal Grant award, be it awarded, reduced award, payments, or withdrawn. The area under the annual data section can be corrected, including updating the education level if it has not been established yet, and adding or removing the teaching credential program or fifth year programs. An annual level change is applied when the change will affect the student's entire award year, not just a term. The change recalculates the annual award amount based on what was applied. Changes are made by selecting the correction radio button and selecting eligibility from the eligibility change field. The following recalculates a student's award: total income, federal aid, institutional aid, state aid, adding or removing the TCP or fifth year, education level, ICER transaction number. Selecting an eligibility change of post-bachelor, satisfactory academic progress, not enrolled, over asset selling, or other will withdraw the student from the roster unless a payment greater than $0 exists. The red font brackets display the most current information in place for the term. It displays payments, adjustments, tuition and fees, federal aid, institutional aid, and state aid. A term level correction is applied only if the term is being adjusted. Any changes to the term will recalculate the term award and not the entire year. A term can have the following amounts updated: tuition and fees, federal aid, institutional aid, and state aid. The adjusted reason code field allows for two options to select from when making changes to the term: eligibility and fees. Eligibility is used to update the federal aid, institutional aid, and state aid. Fees are used to update the tuition and fees. The recertified payment option is not available and is grayed out. If an ineligibility status of post-bachelor's, satisfactory academic progress, or other is applied, it will zero out the term award amount and apply a $0 payment. Enter the school ID, select the academic year, which is defaulted to the current year, and check the Recertify Only box and select the search button. After selecting the search button, a list of students will be displayed that have payments in a recertified status. You can select the eye icon under the view to view the student's record. You can also download the report using the Download Roster button in the right-hand corner of this screen. A payment in recertified status will display Recertified Payments in the red font underneath the adjusted reason code field. Users have the option of downloading an on-demand report if they have students with a recertified payment. The list of the students can be downloaded by selecting a text or CSV option from the roster search menu. Select the text option and select Download Roster. This is the text version. Select the CSV option and select Download Roster button. This will produce a file that can be opened within Microsoft Excel. The Middle Class Scholarship Roster File Report that is available to campuses also identifies records that have a payment in a recertified status. The report is available on Mondays and Wednesdays after the weekly and Tuesday night job runs for the Middle Class Scholarship Program. Payments in a recertified status are identified by having an adjustment reason code of 6 in specific fields. If the adjustment reason code of 6 displays in the following fields and position on the roster file, the student has a recertified payment for the corresponding term. To correct the recertified payment status, the campus needs to go in and apply the new payment amount. The new payment amount can be higher or lower than the previous award amount or even zero. Think of recertified payment as a new payment amount that is pending. There are two options available to recertify a payment manually. Option 1. Using enrollment status. Select the Payment Radio button. At the term level, select Full-Time Pay or Half-Time Pay from the Enrollment Status field. The Amount Paid Verified field will automatically populate with the new term award amount. Option 2. Using Refund Adjusted Payment. Select Payment Radio button. At the term level, select Refund Adjustment Payment from the Adjusted Reason Code field. Enter the new payment amount in the Amount Paid Verified field. The amount entered should be less than the term award amount or zero. Please note that option 1 is highly recommended. There are two options available to recertify a payment when uploading the payment file or roster file. Option 1. Using enrollment status. Field 15, 16, 17. Students' fall, winter, spring enrollment status. Enter 1 for full-time pay or 4 for half-time pay. Fields 21, 28, 35. Fall, winter, spring MCS award payment. Enter the term award amount. Field 42. Transaction type. Enter P for payment. Or option 2. Using refund adjusted payment. Fields 21, 28, 35. Fall, winter, spring MCS award payment. Enter the payment amount. Fields 22, 29, 36. Fall, winter, spring MCS adjustment reason code. Enter 5 for refund adjusted payment. And then field 42, transaction type. Enter P for payment. Please note option 1 is highly recommended. You cannot recertify a payment to one term and attempt to apply a regular payment to another term in one transaction for the same student. The recertified payment must be completed first for the term before applying a regular payment to the next term. As an example, a student's fall term is in a recertified payment status, and the school also wants to pay the spring term. The fall term must be recertified first and allowed to process. After the recertified status has cleared, the campus can go in and post the spring payment. High school counselors, administrators, and financial aid administrators should contact the school support team or the IT service desk at the Commission
if they need further assistance. Students and their parents should contact student support if they need further assistance.